What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. My name is Lich. This is actually the first time I've ever done a video like this, so you guys let me know what you think down below. I'd like to do some more of these. I'm a longtime member of the Tarkov community. I've been playing since, I don't know, I think it was end of 2018. I've bought 5 copies of this game for myself, various friends. I'm fully invested in this game, so know that the idea I have here is not coming from someone who has no idea what they're talking about. So we all know about the idea that eventually the traders will be, you know, in the raid or certain locations within a map. We know there won't be a menu, or at least what we do know of the current menu system. We know that the hideout is going to play a bigger role eventually in endgame Tarkov when the game is, you know, its full vision of what Nikita and Battle State has in the workings. But I think the one conversation that always seems to occur is how do we rework the one thing that, you know, once it's unlocked, the whole game kind of changes. And to me, I think the answer is simple. You introduce a real risk to using the flea market. You know, the whole thing that Tarkov is supposed to be based on. A majority of the Tarkov community will also agree that we need a way to maintain early wipe, kind of like that less overpowered feeling. And, you know, we all know that the flea market needs a rework. This is my proposal. The whole idea here that I have is that if you have things you need or want to sell on the flea market, you need to throw them in a big old backpack and make it safely as a PMC to the flea building in the raid location that you're choosing. The ultimate risk would be taking in some GPUs in your backpack to sell on the flea. The bigger risk here is that the flea proprietor and the raiders that guard him do not deal in insured items, so if you want to sell it on the flea market, it needs to go into that raid uninsured. And don't even think about your gamma. The raiders and the flea proprietor, considering everything in the lore around the secure containers, do not allow secure containers in the flea location. So you can either drop your gamma outside the walls of the flea location and risk somebody snatching it, or you leave that gamma at home. If you're looking to make a trip to the flea market, the open market, you're gonna leave the gamma at home. Some of you might be asking, what does this accomplish other than just making the game harder for most people? It adds a measure of risk reward to the only component of the game that is really just broken in its current state. There is little to no risk with the flea, and once it's obtained, in my opinion, Tarkov isn't really Tarkov anymore. It's more of a weapon sim with a gameplay loop that we all just enjoy. I'm also 100% positive that this is a mega hot, spicy take for some people, but even Nikita has stated in its current state, shit's broke and it needs reworked. So imagine that within each location, or currently each raid, you open up a building that we currently couldn't get into. Inside are some raiders to keep things safe, and they are guarding the flea proprietor. This person lists your items for sale in that raid. He can also, via his network of communication, get items from other flea markets, raid map locations. Each raid would have a separate flea. But if you were to, say, go to customs and hit the flea market on customs, and you browse his network of available items, say you buy something that's listed on the flea in reserve, then that would just take a timer like we have currently for insurance. You know, 27 hours you'll get something via the flea network from whoever delivered it for you. I think the overall concept here is A, reduce the number of items in flea, lock them to locations. So if you want to sell certain items, you know, on reserve, Also, then you have the inverse of that. Going to a flea market to buy something. Now, you have to leave your gamma at home, not insure anything that you're gonna sell, of course, but then know that you need that space going into the raid, depending on what you're going to buy, and then also make it out safely. Again, adding an immense amount of risk to using the flea market. At this point, with the amount of risk you're adding to the process in which I'm describing or envisioning, we end up with less market saturation, less people on the flea market or relying on the flea market, and with the risk and difficulty added in doing it this way, you maintain, in my opinion, that early wipe feel where it's more gritty, slower, more methodical in your movements, your decision making. It will also require more cooperation between people. So overall, this is my proposal for a reworked flea market. Make you load up a backpack, leave the gamma at home, and make a sneaky journey to the open market. Maybe I'll start doing more of these, but I need you guys to let me know down below. What do you guys think? Do you think this is a good alternative to the current method in which the flea market is implemented? As always, I stream Tarkov over on Twitch every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Sunday. Let's start a dialogue on this, guys. I know that Nikita does take our feedback, recommendations, considerations. He takes all of that into account. He listens. For all the hate that Battlestate gets, they are very open to ideas from the community. So let me know below. Let's keep it respectful. We all want this game to be truly incredible in its final form, if you will. I'll see you guys on the next one.